afternoon, everybody. It's game day 2 here in Milan, Italy. Great Britain and Croatia will be the opening game of today. Tipping 2:15 local time. Fans just arriving in the gym. It's a 2-game session, so you buy a ticket for this game and you get Ukraine and Estonia 2 for 1 on the first session of day 2. Gonna get a look at the schedule of today's games in a moment, and I'm not gonna ruin it for you. Once you see this, you know why we're all excited today. Estonia, Ukraine are the second game up, and then tonight, a country called Greece and a country called Italy just get together and play a little basketball game in front of a few people. Looking forward to that one already. With me for this one, though, game 1, Azania Stewart and the Great Britain and London Lions Centre, as we get a look at the game day 2 Group C. And Ukraine sit proudly at the top after the big win over Great Britain that they had yesterday.
Yeah, that's correct. Ukraine absolutely came out and destroyed Great Britain's confidence, in my opinion. So I would like to see how they bounce back. That game was 90-61. That's why Ukraine sits right at the top of that. But for me, Croatia also needs to bounce back. They played a pretty good game. They lost against Greece 85-89. It was a fantastic game, wasn't it? It was probably a good game of the day. But it was Giannis Antetokounmpo who just came out in those last few seconds. But Smith, 23-point shot, 8 from 13 from the line, 61% from the floor. Very good day from him. He showed up and showed out.
Oh, absolutely. The veteran, Kunislav Simon and Bogdanovic, the perimeter is going to be a real handful for Great Britain.
Yes.
And, you know, it'd be interesting. You know, you've been in this situation in a EuroBasket tournament. You know, you're getting up, you lose the first day, you got to come right back the next day. That's what this Great Britain team's got to do.
Yeah, both teams have to do this in particular. Simon, old school, he was fantastic yesterday at 18 points. But Great Britain, I think their shining star was Luke Nelson, 16 points. And really just had some aggression to him, really wanted to be out there, played hard every possession. And then, yeah, so it will be interesting to see how they both bounce back. Both of these teams lost in their first game yesterday, but do you know what, like you said, in a tournament like this, you have to have a quick memory loss. You either have to learn really quickly or ride on the high or bounce back. So both of these teams, Great Britain and Croatia, are searching for their first win. Well,
that phrase, and you hear it so often, don't you? If you're losing, you're learning. And Great Britain has to learn how to play harder as much as anything else. And just doesn't matter what you've done before, it's about on the court, on the day. And they were left wanting yesterday. And I'm expecting a reaction to that. And I'm expecting Croatia, hopefully, to get confidence from yesterday's loss. We'll talk about it more after the national anthems of both countries. And we'll start with Croatia.
God save the Queen, and that is exactly what the Great Britain boys need this afternoon.
Well, if you don't get inspired by your national anthem, what do you get inspired by? Here are the third team on the floor with the fourth before you say it. Mr. Horizon, Mr. Marquez, and Mr. Jacobs from will take the charge of this first game. And we always say, you know, the quality of the officials is like the quality of the game. They're at the top draw, that's why they're here. Best in the continent.
Yeah, great set of officials there. I don't mind those three at work. And Croatia gets ready to their last few moments of warming up. And we spoke about Bogdanovic also. He had 19 points, but you know what? He had to work hard for those 19 points yesterday. Greece really made him have to put the ball on the floor. They guarded him hard. So it'll be interesting to see how he gets his points today. You see him in the starting lineup.
Well, Dario Saric at the forward spot was one of the guys that really, to an extent, has struggled. Talo Matkovic starts with Zubac on the bench now. Whether that's a little bit of we don't need him to play against Great Britain, or he may be carrying a little injury, we'll have to find out. But here's Jalen Smith. Talk about him, what a game yesterday.
Yeah, like I said, he shot 61% from the floor, points there, 23. He was solid and made really big-time plays and put Croatia within a chance to actually beat Greece yesterday, so that's good for him. And then Saric, you said, was 0 from 6, but here's Great Britain's lineup.
Well, and they insert Clark at 6'10" and take out Motford at 5'11". So maybe that's a response to the 38 points that Croatia got in the paint yesterday. But most of those points, or a lot of those points, were guard penetration. And this guy, Luke Nelson, is going to be forced to play at both ends of the ball. But as you said, what a game yesterday. Yeah,
I thought he was the man of the match for Great Britain for me. Energy-wise, got his shots that he needed, came off the screens, ready to shoot. It was a real sniper, had 16-point shot, 6 from 13. And also gave Olaseni, who had 10 points, 9 rebounds.
Well, Ryan King has been there as a player, now there as a coach, part of the Great Britain lineup that played in the 2012 Olympic Games and was part of the first Great Britain teams when they were formed as part of that preparation. So you would hope he feels it. I know he really cares deeply about coaching Great Britain, but now he's got to demonstrate that with his team. There needs to be a rebound performance by Great Britain. Interesting to see, if you were in that Great Britain lineup and you saw that Zubac wasn't started, how would you react?
I'm happy with that.
You're happy?
I'm happy with that. He's a big load, as we see head coach
Filip Morovic. You know, he's a great coach. He's had EuroLeague experience, and ironically, head coach, he was with Coach Atudis on some of his successes in the EuroLeague. So it's a real coaching fraternity here. You got the best players and the best coaches putting it out there for their respective countries. Yeah,
and there you get a nice screenshot. Later on it will fill up, but there's some good Croatian fans here. They brought their flags, and right behind us are the Great Britain family and friends. So the gym will start to fill up. There is 3 games of the day. This is the first, as you like to say. This is, what, is this lunch?
This is like, no, maybe this is the hors d'oeuvre, the starter, you know? Or maybe you want to skip the starter and get straight to the main course. But who knows? I mean, I think the thing for me on this is whoever's playing on the perimeter for Great Britain, firstly, they've got to stop that penetration that really hurt Greece yesterday from people like Simon. Right. And then they've just got to rebound the heck out of it, because this Croatian team go to the glass hard.
They do.
And was that the real Croatian team we saw yesterday, or the team that didn't qualify for the second round of the World Cup? So I think for them, as you said, it's as much of a challenge for them to back up a good performance with another one, even though they lost. And how confident are they? Or if Great Britain play well, will they retrench back into the team that didn't qualify for the World Cup?
Yeah, and I think also the adjusting on the fly, right? How are you going to guard pick and rolls? How are you going to guard the pick in general? We saw Great Britain go under and Ukraine hit the shot. Then also we saw Ukraine not guard Nelson, and he had his feet set and hit the 3. So you have to adjust on the fly. It's a really short turnaround. They played yesterday. But, you know, we had our dinner and our sleep. And
hey, we're back. We're back. We're bouncing back.
We're greatness.
Raring to go, because what we're expecting is much of the same. And if we get that, we're going to have a great day of basketball. Interesting to see how both teams, first few minutes, how they come out, because It's tough to come back next day, but day after day, game after game. Well, welcome, wherever you're joining us from. Croatia in the red uniform, Great Britain in the white. And Croatia get a first look at it. And Hezonja yesterday started like he was on fire, then just disappeared a little bit. Dario Saric guarded by Clark on the perimeter. Clark's going to ask him to shoot, it backs him in. Tries to go to the right-hand hook in the lane. Defense by Clark and Saric. Look, they're looking to go to Saric early because they want him to get some confidence.
Yeah, you want to get him going early. He didn't score yesterday, was on a donut, so unless we like the real things, we don't want to see that again.
Hessen, nice pass to the inside. Hessen going to work, gets to the far side of the ring, kicks it. Wiedel's got to shoot it. Nelson for three is no good. And that'll be a Great Britain ball as it came off of Dario Saric. If Carl Wiedel's going to play for Great Britain, as we say for every one of these teams, if you're open, you've got to take your option. Otherwise, teams will just step off you.
Right, and that's a 15-footer. That is, you know, just put it up on the glass. You've got to get the ball in. Turns it over. 2-on-1, easy. Bogdanovic with the layup.
Well, I'll make the point now because we made it a lot in commentary yesterday. No one from Great Britain got back, and Carl Wiedel was just, I made a pass. Nice pass to Olaseni inside. Clark with a baseline jump shot is off. Olaseni, ball movement was good. Markovic ran the floor, great. Bogdanovic wide open in transition. He's short, and Great Britain dodge a bullet because Bogdanovic yesterday was making that for fun.
Yeah, it was good transition by the Croatians there.
Clark on the pick and pop. We'll go back to Nelson. Nelson has the opportunity to take this. Goes past on the lean, is blocked. Finds itself into Hessen's hands with two is good.
And that's Hessen's shot, right? And he didn't really take many of those, but he is a great set shooter.
Well, good signs for Great Britain because Nelson was definite on the penetration. Smith goes with a floater. The teardrop is no good. Olaseni and Nelson combine with a defensive rebound. Wiedel gives it up to Hessen, made his last one.
Rims in and out. But I'm okay with that. Quick shot in the transition, but that's his offense.
It's one of those debates about high-scoring game will probably favor Croatia. Great Britain, what are they averaging? 60-odd points a game in the World Cup qualifiers. Dario Saric outside with the three is short again, and his scoring drought continues. Nelson penetrates, it opened up for him. Doesn't finish the layup, and the challenge was enough. He's got to go through that contact. Smith in transition upstairs for Hezonja on the break. And Great Britain absent again in transition. Croatia just ran it down.
Yep.
And ended like that.
Yeah. Hezonja put his hand up, said, yep, throw it up to the rafters and I'll go get it. So great highlight play to start this first quarter.
4-2. Nelson will get the ball screen from Olaseni, who gets it mid-range. Great Britain trying space. Clark's deep. Got to think about the three. Hessen puts it on the floor. Has to do a lot to get deep. Takes a tough one and a poor one. Olaseni can't clear up the mess. And those are the shots that Great Britain just can't take. Hezonja. Salic, this time will hit the second side. Smith off the staggered screen, gets to the foul line, goes upstairs again. Olaseni does a great job, and then Wiedel gets outworked, and Croatia are just a step quicker at the moment.
Yeah, and Croatia are throwing bodies at the glass. They're getting extra possessions, missing their first shot and making their second as Gabe misses front rims, that 15-footer. Pretty fast, up-tempo game right now.
Smith to the corner. And the last thing Great Britain need is Dario Saric finding his rhythm. Yeah. And a wide open 12-footer in transition again. Great Britain give up an easy shot. Nelson looks to turn the corner, steps back, finds Wiedel, attacks the bucket. Now, good movement by Hessen to the corner is good.
Yeah, and that's where Hessen is successful. Like I said, has his feet set and loves that corner three or even a 15-footer.
Just got to be patient, right?
And much better job by GB, in my opinion. The intensity is where I like to see it.
Bogdanovic skips it, Smith steps, they get in each other's way. Hezonja wide open, and Clark clears up the mess, and Great Britain through Carl Wiedel. I think this is more their tempo for the game. If they've got something early, then great, but Clark with a mismatch with Smith. Got to outsize him right here. Goes to the middle, but gives it up to Hessen on the baseline. Great job by Olaseni. That's a, well, looked like a backcourt.
Just got
Hessen
over.
penetrates to the middle. There's going to be a blocking foul, I think.
Yeah. I don't think Smith was set, but I know that must have hurt by Smith because that's a big drive.
Yeah,
hit.
Never had his feet set, did he? So.
No. But good drive and way to put the pressure on the referees, being aggressive. We didn't see that yesterday.
No.
We saw them settle for jump shots. But when you get into the lane and really put pressure on the referees to have to make the move, but also what was difficult about yesterday is that there was some tall post players. They were doubling and blocking shots. So, but much better start here,
Yeah,
6 to 8.
There's not 3 guys at 213 plus around the ring.
Yeah, 7-footers.
The great thing for me about the start for both teams, Croatia want to run and are good in transition. They've got their options.
Yep.
Great Britain it's almost those secondary options. They keep the ball moving, but don't fall shots early, and then they've got good looks. So Saric steps to the baseline, Olaseni on the help. Oh, you don't run away from Bogdanovic. Bogdanovic with his feet set all day and most of tonight coming up to take the 3.
Guess what, Mark? The ball is the most important thing. That's the only thing that can score. You can't leave the ball and Bogdanovic wide open.
Olaseni deep from Clark's pass. Olaseni is fouled. And I really do think the combination Clark's passing and Olaseni diving.
Good combo, right?
Yeah, and at that, if they have to, as they did then, they have to guard, put 2 guys in the block to guard Olaseni. Hessen's wide open on the wing, so Great Britain picking it. And Obisoko joins the game, and he's got to play in that tempo. And that's Great Britain's way of staying close in this game and giving themselves a chance to win.
Yeah, and Obisoko can't pick up any silly fouls, in my opinion. He fouled out yesterday, I think so, or at least had a good amount, and 2 of them were silly.
Yeah.
I always say about fouls is that you can afford 1 each quarter and 1 mess up from the referee. That's how I live my life anyway.
Well, the thing is, the rotation in Great Britain is not a deep rotation, and if it gets affected by fouls, it's not just the effect on him, is it? Other people are playing tired against, let's be fair, some quality players from Croatia. Here's Smith outside. 11-9 start. Croatia outside, wraps the pass. Azonia in rhythm. And there's a whistle on the play, and I think no contact on the box out is what it looked like. Great work on the glass by Matkovic. He just went hard to the glass, Matkovic, just kept it alive, and Olaseni, I think they called it on.
Yeah, Olaseni for his first foul.
The one man you can't leave as a rule would be Bogdanovic.
And good hands there by Soko.
Hopefully that'll make him feel good. Gets to the baseline, will kick it. Weedle goes back to Obisoko in the lane for 2. Doesn't get it to drop. Hessen's on the glass, but he's alone. A rebounder for Great Britain. Smith in transition off of Bogdanovic's face, who wasn't quite ready. We love a lot of ball movement, but not necessarily that quick. Saric, great pass. Ball movement, timing. And we watched Croatia pass their movement away, practice their movement away from the ball. Exceptional.
Yeah.
Nelson steps up. Whereas their movement is in sync. The defensive adjustment was 1 at a time, and it was just too late. Kunislav Seaman up, applauding. Zubac is in. So there's no injury issue. It's just they wanted to go a little bit more mobile. Maybe they saw the Clark and Olaseni starters, and Zubac extending to Clark on the perimeter may have been some concern for coach.
But I mean, hey, if I'm Croatian, I can sub in Zubac.
Exactly.
That's a lovely thing to have, but Smith misses the 2nd free throw.
Luke Nelson, who's Great Britain are moving the ball better, and if he's patient, he'll get it back. Obisoko on the short roll, foul line jump shot, bread and butter for him, but can't knock down the shot. He's had 2 good looks, and they're the shots that you'd expect Obisoko to make. Here's Azonia outside, goes Zubac on the inside with Olaseni. Azonia gets in the lane, ball fake, has to take the tough lean away, hits nothing. Saric keeps it alive. Obisoko in open play. To the lane, drops the pass to Hessen for 2, and he blows it, but stays with it.
And good transition offense there by those two. Get the steal, put the pressure back on Croatia. Good job. 9 points now for Hessen.
Smith gets a little bit messy with the pass. Zubac on the inside. Hezonja puts up the shot out of the mess, and Great Britain come down with a rebound. It's almost though Croatia can't impose themselves on the great game. They were forced to play hard yesterday.
Yeah.
Now they've got to be the team setting the agenda, and they're just not doing it at the moment. Obisoko in the post, faces Smith. Goes to Olaseni for the foul line. Jumper is short. Gabe Olaseni can add that to his game. It's even at any stage. Saric feeling it now.
Nice.
Make one and you're going to make them all.
I'm happy for him, especially when it's such a tough offensive night last night. It's never a good thing to go home with 0 points. It's hard to sleep at night, Mark.
It's, especially when you're at this level. Hessen wants it in the post. Bogdanovic guards him. Olaseni again. They're offering Olaseni the mid-range, and he takes that one and slips it.
Yeah, Miles Hessen just said, hey, cut into that little space. He's so correct. He cuts in and he gets rewarded.
Yep. Well, your phrase, stay in your lane. That's Olaseni's lane. Mid-range, rebounding, setting screens. He's making a great career for himself out of that. Zubac in the post. He's going to go baseline. The help comes, but comes a little late. Nice touch with a left-hand jump hook. Help's got. If it's going to come, it's got to come. You can't be late on that. Olaseni feeling that mid-range jump shot.
Why not? Looks good to me.
If it's not broken, do not try and fix it. And why would he pass it up?
And that's what they're giving him. They know he's physical. He likes to feel the body on their offensive post-up. Shoot your 15-footer. Zubac's here, nearly dunks it on Miles's head. But it's a foul.
It's late again. If you're going to force him there, the help has to be there as he turns. You can't be coming. There is where he should already be there.
Yeah.
And I know it's one of my pet phrases, but no one's good enough to score without the ball.
Right.
And it's Zubac goes baseline. Hessen is still worried about the kick to the corner. Hey, while you're worried about that, he's just landed up.
Yeah, and that's definitely obviously been a scout for them because they're bringing the double, but it's coming too late. Zubac is a very legit post player, tall, strong, and has a lot of skill down low. So no wonder the double's coming. Yes, Mark, you okay?
Well, Great Britain I know it's coming towards the end of the quarter and use the quarter break, but Great Britain rotate out their 2 leading scorers at the same time. And Olaseni's feeling it. He's going to get the quarter break. Meanwhile,
Zubac's front rims it.
Well, the first and the most important thing for both teams is that they're over last night now. They're over yesterday afternoon.
Yeah, that's long gone.
Yep, they're now in the throes of the game, and Zubac goes 0 for 2. Great Britain have a chance to tie or lead on this possession.
Van Oostrum now in the game also.
Almost Nelson attacks it, kicks it in the corner. Van Oostrum hits nothing but the side. Nelson for 3 is off. And Kunislav Seaman, for me, probably the most influential. I know Smith had the numbers, but Seaman just changed the shape of the game yesterday. He's short with a 3. Clark closed him out. Van Oostrum is fouled mid-court, and we know he was going to be fouled mid-court. There was no structure to the defense. But if you're front on and in the vicinity of the ball, why not?
Yeah. And here's Ben Mockford, subs in. And I would like Ben Mockford to really impose. He's usually a tough-nosed, hard worker, and I think that's what he was lacking yesterday. So let's see if he can come out and give that his style of basketball for the Great Britain boys.
He's got to want to shoot, hasn't he? If he's not going to shoot, there's no point in being there. Van Oostrum off the down screen, had his feet set and turned it down. Now he's on the floor. He's going to have to take a tougher one off the dribble. Leans back for 2, but knocks it down. The great thing, in his own time. In his rhythm, in his own time. Great Britain tie at 17 apiece. Just under 30 to go. Saric, he's been feeling it this quarter.
And that's Obisoko, leaves the ball and to drop down. Hunt, yet again, the ball's the most important thing.
Yeah.
This is not Love Island, this is EuroBasket.
And Saric, last night, maybe, leave him alone, he hasn't made it. He's just made his last 4. And Saric just drains it, 7 seconds, and oh, Van Oosten mishandles it. Now he's going to put up a prayer, steps in to the corner, and Clark has to pick it up off his ankles, but out of time anyway. And that'll do it for the end of quarter one. The tempo, it's been a GB tempo, and I think Nate Ryan King should be making a point, not just to Ovi Soko, close out the shooter. Croatia lead it 20-17 at the end of one.
Much better effort now for GB. You see the stats there, 30%, 6 from 20, missing a few around the rim, but going to the free throw line, Great Britain 4 for 4. For me, this is the energy, this is the Great Britain style, the way that Great Britain are gritty. And when you play like that, you give yourself a chance. Here they are, 17-20, they're down, but they're in the game. And when you play hard, things happen. But Croatia also not hitting too many of their first initial shots, but Great Britain are managing to get a good rebound and then push the other end.
You know, while we're seeing these best plays, it's like if you think to the shots that Croatia made, most of them wide open looks. No closeouts or no rotation. But then when Great Britain rotate, they're forcing missed shots. They're forcing things that they need to happen.
Or they're just one step late on their rotation. They've had wide open three-pointers. Bogdanovic has had a few, and Siric has had his fair few. The double, obviously they want to get it out of Zubac's hand. I don't blame him, he's tough down low. The 15-footer's working well for Great Britain. Good first quarter though. Exciting basketball is exactly what I wanted to see.
This is what we're supposed to get in every EuroBasket game. That's the most important thing to stress. A much improved performance by Great Britain. I think Croatia going to have to find a way to impose their style of game on this, and it's going to have it at the defensive end, but they're not the best pressuring team.
No.
You know, they yesterday had a great game plan to close down the space for Antetokounmpo. Today it's like, well, we're just going to play harder defensively. The guards don't have the foot speed to really get after Great Britain. So Great Britain are then more comfortable. Everything looks a little bit better. We've got a ball game. Here's Van Oosten. Don't forget, the courtside app. Everything you want to know about it is on that app. Obasoko's outside, finds Mockford. Clark thinks about the three, puts it on the floor. Mockford's got to catch and put that up. Goes on the penetration and takes a tough one.
Rebound.
Obisoko can't finish the play, but Weedle comes up with it and picks the pocket, stayed with it, and they get a full 24. Clark outside. Mockford, with his feet set, has to shoot the basketball. Van Oosten to the corner. Weedle on the penetration.
Yeah, foul.
Fouled on the way up. We'll go to the free throw line. And it's that issue of foot speed. If you think back to the Greece game yesterday, they also got past them and got to the middle and created problems.
And the thing is about that drive that Carl Weedle just did, once you penetrate here to the middle, you have so many options. Good, smart choice by him. He's been fouled, he gets the ball up, and he gets rewarded at the line.
Yeah, Clark right in front of our position just went to Mockford and said, shoot the ball. You know, he's not going to draw defense and give it to people if Mockford's not going to shoot it, because the defense won't adjust. So it makes life very difficult for everybody. So the good thing about Great Britain is they've taken their shots most of the time. They've got to believe in themselves and do it. Croatia now have the problem. Great Britain giving them a real issue in terms of containing penetration. Here's Smith, who seems to be playing within himself at the moment. Looks inside. Saric is going to travel.
And smart defense there by
absolutely.
Obisoko. He knows that he wants the body look. He steps off, keeps his hands out, smart, and he just brings up that pivot foot early.
Obisoko played the correct foot. You know, if he had to beat him, he had to pick the pivot foot up. Mockford swings through, just about collects. Van Oosten wide open, decides to penetrate, wraps the pass. Clark wide open on the perimeter for three, is long, by a long way. And Weedle again. And these are the things that Great Britain didn't do yesterday. You know, they were coming up with plays. And Obisoko in the lane is short again with that little push shot.
And this is why Weedle's in the game.
Yeah.
You know, he has to play tough defense. He's got to get those second opportunities, play hard-nosed.
Obisoko looks longingly at the official. I don't know if he was the help man or not when he went down. Here's Nelson. Gives it to Obisoko, hits the second side and picks. Van Oostrum. Ball gets stuck. Obisoko mid-range. I think that's it's going to be called for the blocking foul. Weedle steps out, Heston's back.
Good minutes great minutes by Weedle,
yes,
in my opinion.
Yes. That's what he's supposed to do. Come up with hustle plays,
Yep.
play good defense, be the fifth man, move the basketball, did a nice job. Here's Simon. Makes a great Saric, goes inside again with a nice pass.
Beautiful post play right there. You can't stop that, Mark.
Not if you're underneath.
Nope.
Heston posts up Simon, does have an advantage, inside, outside. Clark with a three is long. Heston's on the glass. When he dry up offensively, Great Britain have got to do it down this end. Here's Smith, gets into the lane, goes upstairs. Timeout, Great Britain. Smith giving Zubac the opportunity to throw it down, and that's opened a 7-point advantage for Croatia. Great Britain take the timeout.
Well, the replay is just as good as the real thing. Beautiful play, puts it upstairs. Zubac is on the rim here. This was a nice play for me also. Nice high-low action. Zubac worked so hard, a strong physical body. Listen in to the timeout.
Still haven't quite worked out the microphone. We're in the Great Britain timeout though. See if we can hear a little bit of Coach Ryan King.
On those low pick and rolls, if they're that tight, you're going to have to blitz, but we got to have everybody pulled in. All right, if they're down here, just pick them up higher and we'll get out of there. All right, just go wheel. Look at this flare for Miles to get downhill right here on this. All right? I'll go through. Got a guy. GB on 3, 1, 2, 3. GB. Let's go.
Nelson still not back in the game for Great Britain. A little surprised at that?
I haven't had any thoughts on it, really. Who is going to sub in? I don't know. He's played a lot of minutes yesterday.
Van Oostram's had a reasonable amount of minutes, came in towards the end of the first period, played about 6 minutes right now.
Yeah, he should be the next sub off the bench, in my opinion. He's in that rotation, so we'll see him really soon. Don't you worry.
7:30 to go in the first half. 7-point lead. Great Britain after the timeout need to execute. Saric gets a hand on it. And this is the Dario Saric we thought we were going to see yesterday.
Yeah.
Energized, knocking down shots, looking like the NBA player he is. He just had one of those days at the office. We all have them.
Yeah, tough.
8 offensive rebounds for Great Britain. A lot of that's down to the fact that they have missed a number of shots. Olaseni on the inside. Little turnaround, tough one. That's not the open one he gets in space. Simon. Out of the back of the hand, Smith. Mockford gets involved in their help and they dodge the bullet. Heston comes down as part of a team rebound. Simon takes one for the team and they share those fouls in transition. Let's just say they share them professionally.
Yeah, and he's in front of the ball and makes a play at the ball. So
yeah.
It's a smart, intelligent play, and that is what exactly he is.
And it's
Silver Fox.
Yeah, it's his turn. It was like someone else's turn the last 2 and they've stopped it in transition, so they just take one apiece. As you say, get the 1 a quarter and you're in control of your foul count.
And guess who's back in the game, Mark? Nelson.
You're in the wrong seat. You should be over there.
Listen, I have many jobs. Ball goes inside. Nice little move. Misses pretty bad.
That's the last 2 shots. GB have gone early and have gone like to make a tough one. They've been going later and making decent options. Zubac goes out of bounds.
Tough defense there.
But Nelson got involved, didn't he? But Nelson gets involved to take away the space and got there early.
Yeah, he did that well yesterday, in my opinion. He held down and he did his job.
So he gets involved, spins back, and he's already there, recognizes the play.
I like Nelson. I think he has so much potential. He works hard on both ends, offensively and defensively, as he has the ball here. Goes inside, blocked.
Hesson blocked again. You know that phrase like, if you keep doing the same, you get the same? So yesterday, without moving the defense, Miles Hesson not quite big enough in traffic to get that away. Second time again today. And he's so good when he plays in space, so good when he spots up and then attacks it when there's space to penetrate to. You know.
And the thing is, these Croatians, and yesterday we saw Ukraine, they're at 6 foot plus, 6'6", 6'7", playing guard spots. Post is really difficult to score against that. You've got to do different moves. You've got to take a fake.
Saric draws contact from Obisoko.
Where I felt like Gabe did a good job with Ukraine yesterday. Faked them, got up them off the air, and then went up. You can't just jump pound for pound with 6'6", 6'7" guys. You're going to get blocked every time.
Probably Croatia at the moment, you feel as though they're controlling tempo, getting more shots that they want. Saric is, there was always going to be the fact he was going to play well today because he had the bad day at the office yesterday, so he hasn't disappointed in the sense that the Croatian fans would have been literally talking about that all night when they were looking at the loss of yesterday's game. Where was Dario Saric? Well, he's back today.
And you would hope so, right? And that's what great players are about. He's obviously played at a high level. He's in the NBA.
Yeah.
And he has 12 points, 12 more than he had yesterday.
Yes.
So today is a better day, and that's all you have to care about is the bounce back.
And the issue for Great Britain is not so much the defensive end. They've kept Croatia down to 28 points, and we're halfway through the second quarter. But they only have 19 themselves, and the last few times they've slowed down and dried up a little, trying to take tough ones. The ball movement is getting sticky, in Coach Nate Ranking's terminology. Here's Mockford off the ball screen. Nelson lifted, and I think you'd have stolen it from where you're sitting.
I think so. My grandma as well.
They gave him a new 24, remarkably, and I don't know if Nelson knew that. Olaseni with a rebound goes to Hesson. Olaseni with a push shot again that comes up short, and he's, well, without putting too fine a point on it, from that range, the numbers are just not good enough for Great Britain at the moment.
Yeah, and probably, as Zubaks throws it into the crowd, and maybe just a bit, go ahead.
That assistant coach, right? He's got to have his feet set.
Ready to shoot.
Ready to shoot the ball. That pass was straight into the pocket. He could have just put it up straight away.
Well, you better do the same this season.
He's standing up. That's his own fault for standing up. 5:19 in the. Now they reverse it, as in Olaseni goes to the outside. Hesson off the glass for 2. And he has Simon on him that time. Therefore, he has the size advantage, gets in the post, goes to work, ticks it over for Great Britain. Moving Olaseni out to the wing, really created the space. Simon again turns the corner, gets into the lane, needs a pass, nice lift. Zubaks is a handful, but Olaseni did enough. If you stay high, if you keep making him try to reposition, the pass becomes difficult. So Gabe Olaseni, look at this, just keep moving him, he's pushing him, he's going around him, and Zubaks just can't release to catch.
Olaseni, for me, he's undersized as a post player, but he works tremendously hard. He's physical, he uses that to his benefit.
Yep, and that's why if you could just make that 8 to 15 footer. Obisoko on the dribble, gives it to Olaseni on the foul line. There's that shot again. It rims out. I mean, none of them are, well, there's a counter argument that says none of them are bad shots, but he's missing them, so therefore Croatia are happy to let him have them. You know, it's, you're open for a reason is a statement that sometimes gets overused. Zubac in the post with Olaseni guarding him. He's going to go to the baseline. Great help.
Wow. I'm going to clap for that one. Nelson, incredible for me. Yet again, in the right place at the right time. Look, great time and keeps his hands up. And yet again, does the right thing.
Absolutely, and that's the difference. That's what we were talking about earlier. If you're going to help early.
Yeah, man of the match so far.
Again.
It's not always points,
no.
Ladies and gentlemen. Everyone thinks it's about points. It's about defense for me.
The only thing Nelson needs, though, he really does need, he needs some help.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's a screen, but he needs to get rid of it, and then he needs to get the ball back. Bogdanovic fouls because he's going to count it. Well, Bogdanovic should say, well, that's almost an NBA call.
That was a lucky shot. Look at this.
There's the foul. When he had picked the ball up, to be fair, he had picked the ball up, therefore he's only going one way, therefore. But Nelson needs help in the backcourt.
Yeah, but look, for me, Miles, but he keeps his head up and his eyes on the rim, so that's not luck at all, actually. That is a very intelligent shot. He looks at the rim, lets it go, gets the foul, and after this timeout, we'll have the and one.
Great Britain have a chance after this timeout to close it to 4. And this is Croatia's timeout, so hopefully the man with the microphone gets it in the right place.
Hoću ovde ogledalo ovaj kat, hoću da ide ovaj pas.
Tu primi loptu, on automatski smije loptu.
Sljedeći napad, slušaj. Jedan, mali, ako je s ove strane, džuks. Hand off, izađi matko. Ako je dole u dropu, short roll, gledaj ovaj pas i ovamo pas. Okay. Ali nemojte ovde sad na male faule.
And as we see these highlights, just extra possessions. I always talk about this, really, the extra hustle, the sacrificing of your body really puts you in a position to be successful. Here we are, Miles will go to the free throw line to shoot one, and there it's a 4-point game. If you play hard, you stick around, and anything can happen. 13 points for that man there, 5 from 11, 4 rebounds, 1 assist.
The other thing that Great Britain did yesterday in their game to relieve the pressure on Nelson is that Mockford or whoever else brings it up slowly and they just screen for him to get it in the half court. At the minute, they're asking him to literally do a lot.
And also, we haven't seen him, maybe it might be a scout from Croatia, but that pick, well, pick and roll, I guess, but for Nelson to come up with his feet set, he's a great three-point shooter.
And again, if he comes in the half court after someone else, everything's in a better place for that. So here's Croatia in the half court, wide open Bogdanovic.
He's incredible, isn't he?
Well, he's incredible, but like again, your feet are in the keyway while the shooter's on the three-point line. They turn it over on the runway and throws it down. Croatia's timeout gets the automatic response. Great Britain respond with the timeout of their own. And as we were saying, Nelson under pressure the whole way. And even worse than under pressure, all you could see was the back of everybody's head as he's going down the floor.
Yeah, and like you said, nobody's coming over to help Nelson. And there is the wide open three. Bogdanovic, he don't miss a lot of them. Nothing but net. Splash.
It's a great decision, and let's be fair, Glitch coming off the bench, didn't play yesterday, the young kid.
Yep, getting moments.
And what does he do? He does what every other Croatian guard does. I'm supposed to play defense, I'm supposed to get it down the floor and create, and they know where I'm supposed to go. Here's Nate Reinking.
After we hit this, just hold a little bit. Look at this right here. Go back door, Miles. All right, right here, and go through. Gabe, I just want you to kind of roll out. Let's get a screen right here, and we'll try and get, as you bring it over here, Luke, we'll try and get Gabe right down here on the post. All right? Nice screen. Yeah, good screen. Look at the back door.
Well, there's the rebound numbers, and Croatia 17 defensive rebounds, and this Great Britain's field goal percentage feeds the rebound at the moment. 3:42 to go in the half. Dangerous time for Great Britain. They got it back to a 4-point game. Now with a 3 and a 2 in quick succession, back out to 9. They've taken a timeout. What they need is the same response Croatia had to the timeout that gave them the 5-0 spurt. Let's see if they give well, the answer to trying to help Nelson.
Oh my gosh.
And the one thing I hate in the game of basketball is players who put their palms up and look at someone else. They just made a bad mistake. Let's play the next play. 3:30 to go. Hessen finds Olaseni. Hessen gets to the middle. He's fouled and one.
And that's a real tough move then. And some aggression and excitement, and that's what we need here. Look, puts the ball on the floor, gets to the middle, takes the bump and the hit and one, and screams and says, let's go. They're doing really, really well, but then a few mistakes here. They're giving the ball away so easily. They're working so hard for their offense, and Croatia's working very easy.
Open looks.
Open looks.
The offense is creating open looks, but Great Britain's defense gets broken down as it does right now. Glinic to the corner. Lasagna goes high. Makovic moves the ball. Glinic, Anustrom plays hard on that. The kick. Simon attacks the seam and has it stripped. Nelson has a chance to run. That's an unsportsmanlike foul. Ball was in the right hand. He went from that side. And if the referee does look at that, that's an unsportsmanlike foul.
So it's 2 shots here, though. Let's have a look.
See, like, there's no way with the ball in the right hand can you reach from that side.
Yeah, but he goes along the chest. I don't know. Anyway, could be either or, but they go straight because Croatia is in penalty, so they'll get the free throws anyway. But that's what they try and clean up. You're right.
That's the reason they changed the rule. Was there a real? Could he possibly reach the basketball from that side of the body? No, but he made a play, so it's not a genuine attempt that he could realistically steal the ball. I'm not a referee, though, so don't listen to a word I say.
Yeah, you stay up here with me, all right.
I don't look good in the grey shirts, you know?
It doesn't suit your physique.
No, not at all.
No.
35-28, and Great Britain showing a lot of character, not letting Croatia get away here. Kunislav Simon. Bogdanovic off the stagger, goes back to him. Better defense by Hessen, who guards him this time. Bogdanovic rips. And
solid defense.
That's a technical foul.
Yes. That is solid defense by Mal Hessen. Stays down, stays solid. And that is big time. If you can guard Bogdanovic here, stay solid.
So the
feet down.
The arm bar is okay. And his arm is up straight. I don't see a foul.
No.
And even if I do see a foul, what I see after it is a technical, and they call it.
No, but also he stays in his cylinder.
Absolutely, he does. He stays in stance, and it was Bogdanovic taking the ball into the arm and losing control of the ball.
In the NBA, maybe, not in FIBA rules, in my opinion.
Even in the NBA, Bogdanovic initiated all of that contact.
Yeah, but you're right. Who am I, yet again?
Neither,
we don't look good in grey.
Neither of us are referees, so what we really need now is a third member of the team.
No, but the referees are doing a very good job, if I say so myself.
The only time we've commented on the referees is when Bogdanovic gives them a mouthful and gets a tech, and therefore they're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Here's Van Oostrom, Great Britain down 6. Essen, hits the underside.
No. Yeah.
Bogdanovic goes the other way, hang time, ball's kept alive. Who's coming down with that? Glinic gets it to Bogdanovic, skips it, and Simon has it. Makovic with a ball screen. Simon is long for the 3. Nelson has it.
Good, solid defensive stop there by the Great Britain boys.
Olaseni catches deep with advantage. In traffic, though.
Travel.
Yep.
Yeah, he's just had a little hop there as he tried to get the ball to Nelson. But a good look, in my opinion, gets the ball down low, brings the double, where before, maybe yesterday, they would have tried and shot that. It's the right decision.
The right decision to pass.
It's not the great execution.
No.
I'm not mad at that one.
No. Just could have got it there better, I think, is the way to look at that.
6-point game anyway.
Yeah,
Here we go.
and Glinic combined. Lasagna, who's again personally had a relatively quiet game. Steps back with that turnaround, is way short, hits the deck.
And right now, Croatia is looking for fouls.
Nelson will go down low. Ovi Soko is still yet to really explode offensively.
Brought the double.
Olaseni gets away with a little slip almost as he sort of stumbled into the move, but gets fouled and goes to the line.
Yeah, really intelligent there. Nice by Gabe.
There's the foul, yeah. The foul calls the travel, so to speak.
There's 3 fouls there, Mark.
Yeah.
Refereeing.
Nice pass by Ovi Soko, to be fair. This is the other in the defense. Okay. All over the forearm.
Yeah. In slow-mo. Croatian bench saw it. They're also referees.
Olaseni makes the first. Great Britain need to find a way. They don't need to, but it would be good if they could find a way to get Ovisoko into some sort of offensive rhythm.
Yeah, it's something easy for him, right? Maybe a cross screen on the baseline or some sort of moving for him to be where he's successful. Right now, he's having to create and work so hard for something.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just need to see the ball go through the net, and he hasn't seen it, and he's getting frustrated, I think. But overall, he's not playing too badly.
No,
on both ends.
And he hasn't got himself into bad foul trouble, which is important.
We'll listen in to the timeout.
Idemo odigrat majicu, jasno? Znači, idemo ovde, majica, pop out, četvorka ovde. Slušaj, napadni ovde ovaj 1-5 pick and roll ovde odmah. Ako nema, Čuks, ovde si, pas, Šiši, odi ovde ovaj slip, napadni, probaj ovde i ovaj flare, gledaj. Ili Šišija ovde na pop-out da uzmemo neki flare. Ajde, ajmo gledaj.
Well, my Serbo-Croat is not what it used to be, but don't be surprised if you see that high pick and roll with the dive as they move the basketball here.
It's open for them.
Yeah.
It is open.
Interesting to see if Great Britain, you know, after timeouts, you've always got the opportunity just to even throw in something soft, you know, go up the floor, just show a little bit of soft pressure. Nelson's doing that at the moment. Looks like he's going to go up the floor. They've got fouls to give. They don't want to pick any fouls up with Nelson or whatever, but just show a little bit of pressure, just take some time out of the possession. Glinic, who's having extended minutes in his first half, will advance the basketball. Simon outside. There's the roll, and the dive will go now. Saric. They offer him the foul line jump shot. Doesn't get the roll. Simon doesn't get the rebound. Miles Hessen outworks him. And Van Oostrum will advance the ball. Great Britain with an opportunity to cut this to a 2 or a 1 point advantage.
Solid defensive stop there by Great Britain.
That's going to be an offensive foul. And it's one of those things, right? That's the way the game's officiated. That's just the way it is. I might be doing it with this service. Let's take a look. Probably am doing it with this service. I didn't see much.
I'm not sure about that one.
The foul, the push before with Saric is just contact. That's that just happens. I didn't see him moving overly there.
Yeah.
Ovi moving overly.
There we go.
Somehow we got through that one. Here's Simon outside, who again gives him so much solidity. Bogdanovic.
Smart move by Bogdanovic. You know what I love about Bogdanovic, Mark? It's like he's got eyes on the back of his head. If you see him as he comes off of any screen, he's constantly watching where his defensive player is.
10 points for him. Olaseni in the post doesn't get. Miles Hessen puts it on the floor, tries to get Bogdanovic down low. Hessen steps back for a one-footed shot and then gives Croatia the whole 24 to finish the half with. And Simon will eke out every single second. But GB do have the foul to give, so Van Oostrum, that's a smart foul. Gives them 8 seconds with no timeout to call anything, so they're going to have to run the play that they have in the locker. I don't think anyone on the floor is in any foul trouble for Great Britain. Here's Simon, turns the corner. Saric wide open, but they dodged the bullet. Defensive rebound by Weedle, who's going to throw it up from his own half. And we've reached half-time. It's a tight one. Croatia have broken out to 6 and 8 point leads. Great Britain have reeled them back and they trowel. Croatia have a 37-31 advantage at the half.
And this is the intensity and energy that I wanted from GB. I spoke about it at the start of it. As we see the stats, they're shooting 27. They're not really shooting a great clip and still within 6, which is 27%, 30%. That's not a good day at the beginning of the game. But they're sticking around. They're offensively doing well. They've pushed Croatia into 8 turnovers. Miles Hessen, 16 points, has been solid, strong. And you're in the game. It's a 6-point game. If I'm going into halftime, this is the style, this is the energy, this is the physicality that you need to play at this tournament. And hats off to them. Way to bounce back. I spoke about, are you going to give me that energy and bounce back from yesterday? And they sure have answered. Can they do another 20 minutes is the question. Here's the first half highlights.
Well, the highlight for Croatia was that Dario Saric came to play.
Yes.
You know, and so that's good for them, but it's quite amazing that Great Britain are in the game shooting the field goal percentages they are. And they've been to the free throw line a fair amount. If they could get Obi Soko or Clark to get some contribution from the floor, they could have been up in this game. And with whatever way you look at it, it's an improved performance from yesterday for them. And the worry for me is that Croatia's tempo and Croatia's intensity is a little bit like, we're going to win this. We're going to win this game anyway. You know, starting Matkovic sort of sends that message. Smith comes down comfortable. And if Great Britain could start knocking shots down, Croatia could be in a difficult place, because you can't just turn it on and off. Intensity, it's something you have or you don't.
Yeah, and the scary thing is, as I've spoke about it already, if you keep a team around, sticking around, anything can happen, especially in men's basketball. You hit 2 or 3 threes and you're right back into the game, and the energy swings. But Miles Hessen, for me, has played his style of game. I think yesterday he kind of struggled, tried to find his way, but today he's staying in his lane, he's doing what he's great at, and that's putting the ball on the floor, being physical and finishing around the rim.
Yeah, no, I think he has been very productive. Good job, because he's not got a lot of help points-wise from anyone apart from Olaseni. But
yep.
it's those real fundamental breakdowns, the turnover on the end line, easy two for Simon, but the being late on the help. And Luke Nelson showed if you help early, generate a problem. They still may score, but making a tougher move. If they can just cut out some of those breakdowns, if they can make just a slightly better field goal percentage, they're in the game. But you know what will happen then? Croatia will have to try and lift their game, and then we've got a real ball game on. The debate is, can Croatia respond to that? We'll take a break, find out in the second half. We'll be with you shortly.
Who will you become when the moment arrives and you're carrying the expectations of an entire nation, representing your people and their dreams, the colorful faces in the streets, the screaming fans in the stands? It's time to make your move. All eyes on you, all hope, all heart. Because when you win for all.
Over 25 minutes, Mitsic really starting to come to the fore on offense and defense. And what a spin bounce pass into the path of Lucic.
Well, you see why Mitsic is just such a game breaker.
Ruban's got 8 points now. Sal with the steal. They'll try and chase it back. And won't give up on the play. Nick Krejci.
Yeah, Vlad attacking that closeout, and a great feed inside for the first 2 for Israel.
Nimrod Levy with the points. Look out!
Laurie Markkanen is in the building.
Jokic threatens the 3. Wants to take it at Koch. Back-to-back baskets for the back-to-back NBA MVP. Balvin up against Balcerowski.
Oh!
Gives him a taste of his own medicine. He checks the 21-year-old into the highlight reel hotel.
Finish up Simon, gets to the foul line, drops it inside. Zubac has to finish! And he does!
Yes! Zubac wants the and one. That is a big dunk.
I'm with him.
Yeah.
And one.
Yeah!
Still a 2-possession game though. Azania, extra pass, Smith to give him low, and Anthony gets a piece of it on the runway up the floor for 2. Oh! That's how to close out, get a piece of that. He's not done yet. Numbers on the break, 5 on 2. everyone in the blue shirt is absent. Oh! What was that saying? Make him put it on the floor?
Doesn't matter. Either way, he can do it all. Terrell here with the ball.
So we're going to go coast to coast. 3-point shot. Oh, my word! Magic Markkanen off his feet, and so too are the Finn fans.
We see you, Laurie. That's a buzzer beater for the ages.
Well, Dario Saric is a story for Croatia in that first half because pointless yesterday. Took a couple of sighters early on, let's be fair, and it looked like it was going to be the same story, but came through as that half progressed, and he leads the scoring for Croatia. And if he could have done that yesterday, who knows what the result against Greece would have been.
Yeah, and he has 12 points in the first half, so a much, much better half of the game by Saric, and top scorer will be Miles Hesson, I think.
Yes, it will. And this is, you know, what's he got? 5 for 12. At the 5 for 12, I would say 5 of the 12 misses have been just bad decisions. It's not as if he's missed open looks. He's, you know, the 1-footer after one pass, didn't need it. So it's one of those things. Miles Hesson could be an elite level player at European level if he just does, as you say, stay in the lane. Yeah, do what you do.
And when he stayed in his lane, he's done very, very well. Here was one of them. Nice post player. He finds the mismatch on Seaman, can outwork him, outbody him, and just gets the ball high off the glass. So if you're Great Britain at half-time, Mark, what are you saying? Let me hear it.
You've got to really emphasize the positives, emphasize the things that are good. There's stuff that this Great Britain team are not going to change in this tournament. They don't have time, they don't have the way of changing them. Just work hard if they do that, but emphasize the good. When they move the ball, shoot the ball in rhythm, they're good. If they give Luke Nelson a few screens, he's going to get going. Because they've stayed in this game without Nelson being a big scorer, without Obi Soko scoring, and with Clark not getting enough shots if he's going to start him. So the pieces are there, you know, and the same for Mockford. If Mockford is going to play, he's got to shoot the ball, and he's had a couple of looks. Maybe you don't get as much time at EuroBasket level as you do in the BBL, perhaps, but an open shot is an open shot. So if you're ready to shoot it, shoot it. If they do that, you know, they're right. And we're saying Obi Soko's got to do more. He leads the rebounding numbers with 6. They just need to find him the ball offensively where he can play.
Yeah, I think something easy for him, a set play maybe. But you know what I am impressed with, which you can't teach or it doesn't take time in preparation, is them coming out with some sort of urgency, excuse me. For them to come out with the energy and the toughness, and that's where you put yourself in a good position. You're down 6 here. If you play the same intensity, you don't need to be the best skilled, the 7-footer to come out here and play with heart and passion and the GB way. And that's how they played in the first half, and they missed a fair few 2-footers as their Bogdanovic has a little chit-chat with the referee.
Peace. Let's say makes his peace.
Well, I think that's I was going to say a healthy way, but a very respectful way is the referees are human beings. They are easy to approach, but if you shout and disrespect them, you will get a technical as quick as a slap from your mouth.
Absolutely. In fact, that's a pretty good way of wording it. That's what you're getting, really.
Yeah, exactly what you're getting.
Croatia with 22 rebounds, only 2 offensive rebounds. I mean, when they've shut the ball a decent lick. 20 defensive rebounds, because Great Britain, you saw earlier on, Great Britain's numbers are just not efficient in terms of field goal percentage. But often they're not. That's, you know, Great Britain have to make up for it in other ways.
Yeah.
9 offensive rebounds is one of the ways they do it, which means they get more looks. Right. So
yeah, because they've had extra possessions, they've been hustling, and they are winning the overall rebounding game with 24.
So Coach Ryan King must be in a happier place than he was at halftime yesterday.
You would never know by his face. He's very straight face. He never smiles.
I'm never playing poker with him.
No, you would lose.
Absolutely. Maybe that's, you know, could be a sideline for him. So just a couple of minutes away from the third quarter, and I think this third quarter, Great Britain just have to hang in. There's going to be times in this game where both teams will get runs, but a Croatian run could be a lot of points quickly, with Bogdanovic in particular and Smith getting going from deep. Yeah,
I think that's where Great Britain have to stay locked in. That third quarter start, you need a good, strong start, and the same with Croatia. If they can push out and get themselves going early and just break open that 6-point lead a bit further, they'll feel some comfort. We'll listen
Gabe, I want you out to that corner, and we'll leave Zubac's right in the middle. Come back and get it. Hit here. Come set this, DC. All right, come set this. Carl, come off this. I don't care if you pop. All right, hit Gabe. All right. DHO, and now you're coming downhill with that. All right, same play as last night. All right, these first 3 minutes are vital. All right, they're vital. They're going to come and raise their energy right now. Let's match it. All right, let's go.
Great point. Exactly what I said. First 3 minutes are vital. I think that's such an amazing point by Coach Nate. Hey, I like DC. He sounds like a Marvel character. Dan Clark, I never heard him called.
DC.
DC, like he's going to break open his uniform and
go flying,
shining, beaming out of his heart.
He'd have some sort of like special power.
Yeah. And
well, they need it right now.
Yeah, the special power he needs to hit a 3 or 2. So we'll take it from DC, and we'll get ready for the second half of the action. Make sure you download your EuroBasket app there. The QR code is on your screen, keeping up with all the highlights and the best parts of the EuroBasket.
Okay, Croatia, and having said Bogdanovic made his peace, I'm not getting the feel that he's made his peace. I think they're still in negotiations, himself and Mr. Orozov, and they're, you know, I don't think he's really feeling the love here. If you get a nice close-up of the conversation.
Yeah, do they want a cup of tea as well with this chat? Like, we've got a game to get along, lads. Let's go.
There's 2 games. If we get behind time, we're going to be here late.
Yes.
So Croatia will have a first look. And Miles Heston is now really doing the right thing as well. He reminded Bogdanovic, hey, it was a foul. It wasn't a foul. Here we go. Smith will advance the ball. And as both Zania and Nate Ryan King said, the first 3 minutes, in fact, the whole third quarter report, the help comes early, and they are going to call Heston for the foul on that one. And he almost, I think, he went early, but then took his space away a little bit too much. Let's have a look. See there, he keeps going forward.
Yeah, brings the arm down as well. But good, he came early. It's exactly what they want. Zubac needs to know now that Great Britain are sending a second man and trapping him. So he either has to make a move very, very quickly or bring the double and get the ball out.
Yeah, and that's exactly the real thing it does. In your head, you're thinking there's going to be help there. Smith guarded by Wheatle. He gets the ball screen. Clark has to switch. Smith with a matchup he's going to like. Lets the three go, and he's way short. And it was a pretty horrible-looking shot. Here's Bogdanovic, takes the ball screen. Olaseni has to switch. Great Britain look like they're going to switch the screens. Bogdanovic, Olaseni plays strong and tough. They're going to have to put this up. They've got to be smart. They throw up a prayer. It's no good. Didn't hit anything. And Great Britain start with
a good, solid defensive stance here.
40 seconds of defense, and they didn't get broken down once. And if they're going to switch every pick, it's going to be interesting. It's not a bad option. Here's Wheatle with the help of the ball screen. Olaseni now, Nelson needs it. Now he hasn't had to work. He only has to play in the half court. Gives it up. Wheatle off the screen. They skip it. Olaseni will look to hand off. Not there. Clark on the perimeter. Puts it on the floor. Drops it inside, and Olaseni had a lane to the hoop, but the timing was off.
Good look there.
And again, though, it's the first. Then again, a big and big ball screen is a tough ask defensively. Yeah. It's great if you execute it. Smith has it knocked away, but they recover. Zubac, Saric on the back cut. Bogdanovic tries to get inside, no one helped. And they're going to count the and one. And it is an and one. He's on the floor waiting to go up. If you foul him, now he's going up.
Yeah.
Zubac is smart enough to know I've been a hit, I'll wait to get hit, now I'm going up.
And Zubac was building a house down there. He was under there, nobody with him for a very, very long time.
Point we were making at halftime. Great Britain have obviously talked about how they're going to defend that. They do it for the first one, and then Wheatle goes to sleep on the weak side, and they don't do it the second time.
Yeah.
Wheatle drops it into Nelson, who goes Aramnak, and Nelson drops it inside Olaseni. There's a holding foul as Olaseni dived, and Dominic Mavra.
Good look here, sorry. Yep, Nelson sees Olaseni go down that lane, but also, you know, who needs to get some offense going is Nelson.
Yeah.
Evan, he hasn't had anything easy. He's not had his usual come off the screens.
Hassan catches and shoots his way short. Olaseni's going to pick the rebound up. Clark with an all 14, turns it over. Smith on the dribble. They tried to foul him twice and didn't. And Bogdanovic, they talked about the first 3 minutes, and the last 2 possessions have been outworked. It's an 11-point game. Nelson, got to get it ticking over for Great Britain. Has to shoot that. They go under. Clark can't handle that. Passes quick, Olaseni squares up, knocks down the mid-range 2. And they needed that so much.
And you might need to get a few subs in here for Great Britain, keep the legs fresh. It's tough to come out really fast and big action, and they're getting here. Zubac's easy. They know exactly what they want. They want Zubac's down the middle, dunks it on Great Britain's head. Timeout, get some subs in, and let's talk about it.
I hope we do get in the timeout, because they were switching the screens. Olaseni didn't switch the screen. So are they switching the screen? Are they not switching the screen? Because the last few plays, there is confusion, if nothing else, and a complete lack of effort on the last 2. Interesting to see the microphone in here and listen to this timeout. Coach Ryan King just making his way into the huddle.
All right, just to get some movement. All right, they're going to switch this at the end of it. All right, they'll switch it at the end of it to go touch game. All right, so when they're coming to you, know they're going to catch it and then chase it. If you don't like the first one, get to the rim, we'll play low here, right here. All right, and it's clear side for you. All right.
Hey, pack the paint on defense, the big fucker. Yeah, come on. Pack the paint. 2-man sides low, 2-man sides help in the game. All right, let's go.
And they know we're trying to come to the baseline to Saric.
You know what I would have liked to hear in that timeout also is why. Why did you just call that timeout, Nate? What defensive positioning are you out of? What are we going to do with that? Are we switching on the pick and roll? What is the plan, the game plan? That's why you called a timeout. You drew an offensive play, okay, that's what they're going down. But also, you got to talk about the defense.
Yeah, I mean, there's the QR code. Maybe GB need a QR code to get the defensive right.
I hate you. Anyway, here we go. Great Britain. They're on the way.
Turnover, that's not what you need out of time. Saric has it. The wheels are coming off the GP wagon, and Saric goes down the lane and one, and no one stops the ball. He gets deep in the keyway and knocks it down.
I spoke about this third quarter, and so did Nate. The third quarter is really where basketball games are really split open, and Croatia are doing a fantastic job in turning Great Britain over and then pushing in transition and getting something easy. Saric was the end of this one, and Zubac has been the last two.
Well, Clark sits down, Ovi Soko comes in, Saric completes the three-point play, and it's now a very worrying, if you're a Great Britain fan, 14-point advantage.
Saric with 15 points. I'm happy for him today.
Oh, he's played very well today.
Yep, he's earned himself an ice cream, an Italian gelato maybe.
Ovi Soko in the post, guarded by Bogdanovic. Catch and go, gives it to Obaseni. Nelson's going to have to take a tough one. They're going to get it away. No, they're not, because
Zubac meets him at the rim.
It was only going one way. Saric, Bogdanovic, nothing but string. GB need another timeout right now. The game is going to disappear in front of them if they don't stop the bleeding right now. Bogdanovic with 15 on 3 from 4 from 3, and he was in wide open for the three he's made. Nelson in the corner for 3, doesn't answer.
That last possession by Croatia was sensational. Wow, a big drive, baseline pass. Beautiful basketball by the Croatians.
Zubac tries to hold on. Saric with 7 on the clock, gets to the middle in the lane, takes a bad one, but the rubbish is picked up and cleared up by Zubac. And Great Britain have to take another timeout. And just once, you'd like to see this timeout be a little bit emotional, because that's where Great Britain have lost this emotionally. There is nothing out there on the floor, and Croatia have been absolutely phenomenal in the first part of the third quarter.
And they've only scored 2 points this quarter. There's 4 minutes in this third. We spoke about how critical the first 3 minutes of the game is. Croatia definitely heard that and is doing very, very well. Great Britain need a timeout, as Ovi is as confused as we are. How are we going to score? How are we going to get him the basket? Easy offense. Let's listen in to the timeout.
Hey, stay together. All right, stay together and just start chipping away.
You couldn't see a cleaner block if you waited to any highlight. It was clean as anything.
Yeah, and that's just the difference between the European game. When bigs can move, when bigs can meet you at the rim.
The thing though, see, like earlier in that set, Obaseni had the mismatch in the block with no help, because Obaseni was on the weak side, and Zubac had to go a little higher to guard him. They gave that up, and then Nelson ends up with the ball with 4 seconds on the shot clock. Ovi Soko, to be fair to him, actually attacks the ring with no time on the clock. It's just, it was like yesterday again, big man waiting at the ring saying, bring it to me.
Yeah, and Zubac's 5 from 5 from the floor with 5 rebounds.
Just a regular office day for him. And out of the timeout, Croatia, again, show a little bit of pressure, just make life a little bit more difficult for Luke Nelson. Draws the contact on Mavra. Great Britain, 4 minutes, 2 points. Was a 3-point game and a half, now a 19-point game, so your maths make that a 16-2 run, is it?
You know I don't have quick maths like you, Mark. That's your job. I'm just here to look beautiful.
Ovi Soko for 3 isn't particularly his game. Comes up short. That's offense. Not going to call it blocking. Manushim checks in. Ryan King's looking for combinations here. He's looking for something. Not sure why Patrick Whelan hasn't seen the floor today. Hopefully for Leicester fans in England, he won't be injured, because started the World Cup qualifier against Belgium. Still to see action today. Bogdanovic wide open. They dodged the bullet, and Van Oostrum has a chance to advance it. Nelson has it. They swing and stop. Here's Hassan. Bogdanovic gets a little bit too up close and friendly and bumps him.
Yeah, Bogdanovic is struggling here with Miles Hessen's strength. He's putting both hands on him, and that is a foul. It's a hot stove. You can only put a forearm on.
Yep.
Once you put 2 hands on, it's a foul.
Absolutely right. All you referees listening, that's exactly right.
Yep, get me a grey shirt and a whistle.
Olaseni mid-range, and even that's deserting Great Britain right now. Gabe Olaseni has the only 2 points of the half for them. Oh, Bogdanovic has missed another open 3. That's back-to-back misses, and here comes Obisoko, leads the break. Gives it up to Nelson, who goes lob over an athlete, and Smith comes up with a great play. Mavra doesn't like the option and draws contact. Epson picks up the personal.
Hezenya now comes in for Bogdanovic. We haven't seen him for a while. He's been over there on the bench, rotting, in my opinion, a bit too long. He didn't finish the second quarter, and here he is. So when you've been sitting on the bench, iced off, Mark, the best thing is just to run up and down a bit, get yourself a rebound, set a screen, and then you can shoot the shot, all right? That's what I would do.
No, I'm not disagreeing with you. Coach Millerov, I think now is into this mode of, okay, 2 games, 2 days. Let's spread the minutes.
Yeah, smart.
If we can manage this game, which from the position they're in at the moment, they should be able to, 20 up. Great Britain's just unable to tick the scoreboard over. And my thing, again, is I can't tell you where they're trying to go for the shot and who they're trying to run anything for. But that's, you know, that's a team that doesn't look like it knows itself. And why would you? You've only been together for a few days. Nice pass to the inside. Obisoko is going to try and convince the official he was going up, but nice pass to create the angle. The referee's going to talk about whether or not it's shooting or not. No, he tries to.
Foul, number 9, Darius Saric, 2 shots.
And the official does give Obisoko 2 shots, which I think is the right call. Maybe, you know, as you often say, they see it go through the ring from the free throw line, see if that gets your rhythm going.
Yeah, because that gets him off of a donut, so he's on 1 point. And sometimes that's it. You just need to see the ball go through the rim and get yourself going. And right now, he needs to get himself going.
Well, he goes 2 for 2 and ticks it over. And Great Britain need the best 4-45 that they've probably ever had to get themselves back in this. Down 19, Croatia with the basketball. Mavra getting some extended minutes. Zanya is short, as he hadn't done the screening. He tried to get a rebound, didn't have a screen before he took the shot. He should have listened to you. Inside out. Van Oostrum fires up the 3 in rhythm, doesn't get it to go. Defensive rebound, there's his rebound. He'll make his next shot.
Yep.
Azanya gets inside, little tough one on the lean away, will go to the free throw line. And he will shoot the throws, and shooting the free throws almost cancels out all those requirements you have, right?
Yeah, but really, I'm just watching this conversation. Obviously, you're in the highlights, but it's Miles Hessen saying to Ben Mockford, hey, we're 2-on-1, we're on a transition break, you run onto it. We shouldn't have to be telling guards what to do in transition. We've got to be aggressive, and I think a lot of players, like you're saying, are trying to figure out their style or where they fit in this 5, but right now nobody's being aggressive to look to score.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Other than Miles Hessen and Gabe, who's now come off, Olaseni is subbed off, but has anyone else looked at the rim?
Yeah, it's a great point, and if you're brought in to the national team as a shooting guard, whenever you're open, if it's in the set, that's what you're supposed to do.
If you're brought into the national team, period.
Yeah.
You're the top 12 players in the country.
Nice take. Quick move off the ring. There you go. Make one.
Yeah.
Get him going from the field. That is what we've been waiting to see. The catch and play was Obisoko basketball.
Yeah, that's a poetic move. Uses the rim to protect himself.
Azanya in the block. Guarded by Obisoko. Nice pass. Mavra in the lane. Van Oostrum feet in stone on the back cut. Super cut by Mavra. And the speed of pass, but a little bit too easy. Hessen goes into Ovi Soko. Catch and go.
8 on the clock.
Spins, goes up with the other hand, and they're queuing up again. And now they're on the races. 4 on 2. Mavra, a little floater for 2 is good. Someone has to stop the basketball.
Yeah. You know what? They were worried about both Hezenya and the ball was the most important.
Yep.
Right.
Miles Hessen looks inside, no option. Lines up the deep 3 is no good. Defensive rebound by Hezenya. Mavra down the lane again, goes upstairs. And you got to say, Zubac did the right thing. The alley-oop wasn't there, so he just waited for it to come down. Gets fouled, will go to the free throw line.
Yeah, but let me see this. This is a nice move by excuse me, it was the block by Zubac here. Good patience, nice little runner and floater.
And kick up for number 40.
22-point game at the moment with 2:47 to go. You got to hope
Yeah.
it doesn't get ugly.
Well, Zubac's that puts him on 14. Zubac's is having a lovely afternoon.
Has he missed yet?
No, he's 6 from 6. He's missed from the free throw line. That's the only place he's missed. He is 3 from 5, but on the floor he is 100%.
Well, what he is a quality big man in the NBA, and he's playing like one.
Yep. I'm a fan of Zubac.
Oh, yeah.
I think he plays so tough.
The open 3, and
They must have heard you. They wanted a sub.
well, if you 4 games ago, he was a starter, and he's now not getting into the third quarter, and they're down by too many.
Good work by Hezenya.
Touch.
Oof.
Super Mario, as often christened, gets the little fadeaway.
I like that. Super Mario? Love that. Look at you.
Mockford outside the 3. Drops it inside, so Ovi Soko in the lane, tries to make a second move, nowhere to go. No one moved for him either.
6 seconds on the shot clock.
Anushjan breaks the defense down, nice pass. Big Wee Williams is just blocked, goes back up. Had to put it back up because of the shot clock. But Zubac is having fun.
Yeah. And you know what I really like about Zubac is his timing. Obviously, he's tall, long and lean and a big body, but look here, he waits. And such good timing, meets Big Williams at the rim. And he's having himself a field day.
Yep. Lovo Glinic, the 21-year-old Cedevita player, gets more time. Saric is off, but the young man gets the offensive rebound. Hezenya in the block. He's so effective down there. That's a hook, but he gets away with it. Turns it over. People staying in passing lanes. 4 on 2 break. Van Oostrum stops and pops. Doesn't get it to go. Croatia come the other way. Glinic doesn't like the option. Comes off the ball screen. And they don't look in the block. Whistle on the play. Van Oostrum had the ball where he wanted to.
Serbia, sorry, go ahead.
No, go on.
No, I was just saying good, smart there, but Serbia's playing at a nice pace. They're not getting rushed by GB. They're getting exactly what they want. They're getting into their set plays. After their plays, they know exactly who they want. They want Zubac down the middle, and that's really putting pressure on the Great Britain defense. When you've got a big man like him cutting down, you've got to pay attention, but also they're forgetting about the ball. So the guy with the ball is wide open with either a running hook to the middle or floater, excuse me.
Yeah, and it's like basic, right? Doesn't matter what the system is. Doesn't matter if you're 14 years old or 34 years old. You got to stop the ball. And Mavra's looked all world coming down the floor, and now he's on the free throw line, knocking those down. And Makovic checks in.
This third quarter is...
Oh, you said it. Third quarter is going to be crucial.
Yeah. Still a minute to go in it.
29-9.
Yeah. It's 28.
That sounds crucial enough.
Yeah, 28 points in this quarter.
Rockford takes his first field goal of the game, comes up short. Shooter's not shooting, it's, oh, nice look. Oh! Makovic got out on the floor. No one stops the break. Highlight time here in Milan.
Absolutely great pass and drills the backdoor dunk and a breakaway layup of his own. Hezenius says, I can do it better. Croatia here breaking out. Dunk highlight show for you.
When does it begin to hurt? That's the question.
I'm hurting.
I'm hurting. But when does it begin to hurt for Great Britain? To the wing. Ball sticks again. Mid-range jump shot is way short. Defensive rebound by Makovic. Saric turns down a free. Logo three. Oh! Mavra is having fun out here. At the end of the third, just rubs, well, more than salt into the wound.
That's incredible. Good job from him, seeing the clock on the time on the clock. And also, that's somebody who didn't play that many minutes, probably didn't even make the scout, and out here giving Great Britain buckets. There's the end of the third quarter. 40 to Great Britain. Croatia, 72.
Well, there are the numbers, Zania. 23%, 13%. You don't win basketball games with those numbers. And the other thing about it is, it's not as if Croatia has shut the lights out, because their field goal percentages are good, but they're not like, you know,
crazy.
No one's writing a report saying they shut the lights out here. And so what, the
35 point.
35 to 9?
Yeah, that quarter, and that man right there, Zubaks, was a dunking machine. Really great timing, but really a lot of the time wide open, right down the middle. Great footwork by him, great timing. Also had 2 blocks that quarter to join. But 35 points in that quarter. Great Britain, we heard Coach Nate talk about it. Hey, these first 3 minutes are really important, and they did not get that message, and Croatia sure did, shooting 35 points that quarter to Great Britain's 9.
Well, Great Britain makes some rotations at the start of the fourth. Croatia are now running, everybody's now seen the floor as...
And why not?
Oh, no, you're absolutely right. Wow. Yeah. If you're not going to play
for both
now,
teams.
If you're not going to play now, you're never going to play.
Yeah. And this is a good point. Go ahead, start.
We are at Great Britain have the first look. And now you're into a situation where you're playing for the rest of the tournament. It's like, if they complain or concerned about their preparation, ball's knocked out of Nelson's hands. He comes down with the extra pass. Clark in the corner for 3 is short. And Bigby Williams can't get the rebound, but Galinic can.
And good minutes by Galinic, and this is what we said about coming off the bench. This is where you gain the trust from your coach. These are the minutes that you've got to play hard and build that trust, so then you earn more minutes. That's
Absolutely.
How it works.
Glinic for 3 is good.
Beautiful. Lovely rotation on that shot.
When you're up 35 points, the bucket, it must be like shooting it into the ocean. Wheeling on the outside, comes off the screen, moves it on. Upstairs to Bigby Williams, he kicks it. They turn down. Clark's going to put up the 3, is long this time.
Greenwich is 21.
Yeah. Him and Makovic, both at the same club, both 21. The future's bright if you're a Set of Vida fan. Drops it inside. Little right-hand jump hook. Bigby Williams gets the defensive rebound. Wheatle will advance the basketball. Whelan will move it back. Nelson. And Croatia have done a job on Nelson. The scout they'd taken the scout. As Big Williams drops that mid-range jump shot. Did well yesterday as well, coming into the game late. Picked up 8 rebounds, I think, in something like 11 minutes. And what was a game at halftime? isn't the game right now. Hezonja, as Maverick again has a look at the three. At least they chase him on upstairs. And the elevator button pushed it to the top floor. Matkovic gets another highlight. Not as impressive as the last one, but hey, not a lot would be. Luke Nelson off the ball screen, goes with the left hand, wraps the pass. Whelan open for three, is good. So Patrick Whelan just says, hey,
why not?
Why not?
And the thing is, for me, why not, right? You've been sitting on the bench, your team needs offense and they need instant offense. You're wide open, bang the three.
3 from 3 for Whelan, after not seeing the floor until deep in the third. Hezonja on that, the rhythm on that turnaround is impressive. Here's Whelan down the floor. Whelan makes it 3-on-1.
Nice, and one. Go on, Whelan. That's what we're talking about, and that is where you gain the respect, and also showing coach, hey, you better put me in the game, coach. I'm here. Back-to-back baskets.
Absolutely right, and that's... It's such a hard-ass national team coaching because you get your group together and you make some decisions. Well, Whelan was the guy he made a decision about because he started and played minutes against Latvia in the World Cup games. And gives you that little bit of extra size.
And has 9 points.
And yeah, I think has 11 now.
Oh.
The stats will catch you up.
Okay.
3 from 3 from the floor, 2 from 2 from the line, and he gets a steal, and he leads the break, gives it up. Nelson open on the break for 3 is good. Such a simple game. Glinic. Hezonja. Clark acknowledges the foul. You're going to get that shooting.
Let's have a look at this.
Well, in the same way that Miles Hessen got the shooting shot, say he picked it up, he wasn't going anywhere but up. So.
Yep. Good job, referee.
51-77, Croatia. I think the most impressive thing for Croatia is they came into this EuroBasket with the disappointment of not being in the second round of the World Cup. They're not going to go to Japan, Indonesia, or Japan. And they could have wallowed, or they could have even said, well, you know, this really just get some young guys here. But they come in, had a great game yesterday, and this is the real Croatia now.
Yeah. And you can work with this, right? They did play tough. They sadly lost a close one against Greece. But they bounced back today. They played incredible, and Nelson misses that step back 3.
6:28 to go in the fourth. Croatia with a 79-51 advantage. Glinic. Hezonja hits the second side, catch and play. Glinic for 3 is off. Clark pulls in the rebound off the floor. Whelan hesitates, gets to the lane, stops and pops. This is his first field goal. He had Nelson wide open in the corner, which if he was a Croat, he'd have hit him. Hezonja recovers it. And
I think he just tweaked his ankle. I don't like to look at replays, so you tell me.
Well, I'm not gonna. I'll give you the commentary on the replay, but the worrying thing for Croatia is, let's have a look.
No, I don't want to look.
No, he sort of towed Carl Wieders outside of the foot and twisted a bit. I'm hopeful. Or yeah, he's on the toe. That's not a good look. That camera angle, the moving camera down the side, but it didn't look like he put full weight through it, and he's going to hobble out. And they've got Tamara off. So, but he's such an important part of the rotation because he gives Zubac's minutes.
Yeah.
So without him, they don't really have great rotation in that 5 spot. So Matkovic's health is important for Croatia.
Well, like you said, they've got Tamara off, so hopefully he can rest and recover.
Do you know, it's like sometimes those ankles that you don't do anything for a day, and then the day it's stiff the next day, and sometimes it's almost better to play straight on it. But at least you know they're going to have the medical staff right on it. They're the first game of the day, so he almost gets 2 days before they play again. The three is good. And Tony Perkovic, the last man in, gets it, knocks down the three.
And they're already on it, the Croatian medical staff. Ice, look at this nice jump.
I know.
Follow through.
And I know the game is, you know, it's a big margin, but that's the same problem that Great Britain have had the whole game. If you don't stay in the lane, the one pass away, these guys are going to get it and shoot it because they get the ball above the eye line too quickly. Great Britain timeout. This will be a tough timeout.
Keep the ball moving with time, fellas. Chip away. Orange twist out of here. All right, orange twist out of here. Just go a little bit higher off the twist. Now we can put it down here. If you don't like it, now second side.
Jamal Anderson hasn't seen the floor.
All right. Let's go.
And the crazy thing for me is that, and it's very easy to see here, you know, we've both been in different situations in EuroBasket competition, but Jamal Anderson is probably Great Britain's best defensive player, along with Carl Weedle, and can guard anywhere between, you know, he can guard the 1, 2, 3. Other people claim he can guard the 4 and 5, but I don't think he can do that in Europe. But Bogdanovic, you know.
But I also think it's very difficult to play your whole bench, right? You usually go 8, 9, maybe 10. So it's difficult. But when you're down this much, and why not? Why not?
Yeah, and I think
we can ask.
With specific defensive roles and assignments, you can do it. Hessen goes up a little soft, gets it knocked away. Croatia aren't going to stop playing here. Zonia in the lane has it ripped away.
Fantastic.
By Wheatle.
And by Wheatle.
But maybe I think the issue with the Anderson rotation is that's what Carl Wheatle's job is, you know, to play defense and he'd being the 5th guy on the floor. So.
And he just plays tough, but the thing is he just needs a bit of an offensive game to help Great Britain out. I mean, but then he does his defensively the job very, very well. Here he is, and Zenya.
Gonna back him in, inside out. Nice look. The pass was actually there, but Azonia said, I'm spotting up. Give it to me out here. Whereas
good
the
solid defense by Great Britain.
Yeah. Glindich is saying, well, if you'd have actually stepped in, you had a layup. And so it's nice to have all those options. Here's Wheatle, gets it off to Hessen. Great Britain really with a 4-out lineup with Olaseni being the big.
Smart.
And he's held. And without Matkovic or Zubac on the floor,
why not?
Olaseni should see the ball every time down the floor. But because as I said, okay, this is the second big defeat for Great Britain, but they get a day off tomorrow, which you'd expect them to try and use to build something for the next game.
A big defeat, but they've played very hard for the whole game, in my opinion. Yesterday they laid down and died, and it showed. And when you're 30 points, it's difficult, you know. But for them to come back as Nelson lines up a 3, to bounce back, you have to learn. You have to be able to play for 40 minutes. It's usually his bench is going deep in. You've got to play for pride. Remember who's across your chest. And these are some of the best players in the world.
Zonia knocks down the long 2. I think Real Madrid have got some option there when in terms of EuroLeague basketball. He gives them that real instant offense with the right matchup. He's going to be a handful. Here's Nelson, looks to try and create a little separation, gets it off the wheel, and feet set for 3 is good.
That looked good, man. Wide open shot, really had a nice direct angle for him. Set his feet, follow through. Nothing but net.
That'll be an offensive foul as Aloko Plasin, who's the third. He's the third big. He's only 201. That's the Croatia problem. They don't really have. That's the Matkovic issue for them. If he is unhealthy, if that ankle is bad, then they are small, and they are going to have to find. Saric is going to have to play out of his skin against teams that later in this competition. He'll be okay with the Italian matchup, who also don't really have the center. Nice flash to the high post. Carl Weedle going to get it to drop. And Zonia will advance the basketball. That's the ball screen. Stops, pops, and goes long with the 3. Olaseni with the defensive rebound. 3:33 in the fourth. Weedle steps in with his feet on the two-point line, and most times you'd go, that's not a high percentage shot at all, but knocks it down. 25-point game. Crowd, I think, are getting ready for the Estonia game.
Yeah, but we're in this game right now, so they can get ready as much as they want. Great Britain here. They need to finish up these 3 minutes strong and go into their day off as Miles is playing very good defense. That's what you want. They're still in the ball.
Hassan eked out on the break. Has it knocked away by Hezonja, but stays with it, gets the two.
He had to work really hard for that, didn't he?
You know, and then there's another, you know, even deep in the game, Hezonja, one of the starters for Croatia, gets back in transition. It's just, this is what you do. Every single possession of every single game. Hezonja, feet step from the corner, it's the side of the backboard. Chance to run. 2-on-1 break, Carl Weedle will go up, throws down the soft dunk. And Great Britain have a chance to get it under 20. And the game promised so much for them at half-time. Down 3, really fighting hard to stay in the game. The third quarter, Croatia just raised the level. Hezonja at the high post. Nice pass, inside, outside the foul on the play.
And that's what Croatia does so well, right? Their consecutive movements in their offense, where Great Britain are doing well in their first and second defensive switch, but then their third and fourth assignment is a very hard ask to do, and Croatia does that very well.
And then, yeah, that last play, great example, because I think Great Britain would have tried to have taken a shot off the back cut under some pressure and quick, but it would have ignored the wide open shooter in the corner. Croatia want to share the ball. Off the glass for 2 is tough, and there's going to be a pushing foul on the glass. And you got to take your hat off to Hezonja here, right? He's not cruising.
No.
You know, they only know one way to play this team.
He's playing hard. And he's a starter, right?
Yeah, yeah.
He's the only vet really on the floor commanding this Croatian team.
You know, he had that extended period between in the third quarter where he had his time on the bench. So they haven't dumped the bench, so to speak, on Great Britain. They've always left someone in there.
Carl Weedle done his job on the defensive end, but then just puts too much on it for...
Deflected out, though, so Great Britain received the ball, but Devin Van Oostrum just has to run the break. Carl Weedle's pass wasn't exactly the wrong decision. It's they didn't run the break, out of bounds. Olaseni is the release. Hassan drops it inside, and a little bit of soccer, a little bit of football. 1:31 to go in the fourth. Great Britain trail this one 63-84. Croatia are building some momentum. I know they lost yesterday, but they're building some momentum into this EuroBasket. And Whelan again shows you more of the options he has offensively.
Put me in the game, coach. He's ready to play. Good job for him to come off the bench and be ready at the call of the...
You know, we could easily sit here now and go, well, you know, the game's dead.
Shoulda, woulda, yeah.
Kid gets the 3 away, it's no good. Weeder with a defense. And it's apart from Hezonja, it's the bench for Croatia. But a time in the third quarter where Great Britain couldn't score, someone who's gone in and hit 13, 14 points or 12 points in not many minutes is...
yeah, 14 points.
14 points in
11 minutes.
11 minutes. Well, when you can't score and you only scored 9 in a quarter, 14 points on the bench sitting there is an issue. There's another violation.
Yep. And they defended the cut down the middle, where before it was Zubac's. Okay, it's a bit different in height and strength, but they finally, Patrick Whelan, excuse me, defended that correctly.
Van Oostrum drops it off. Weeder with the 3 is off. Still doesn't look comfortable from the 3-point range. 2 points, 2-point range. He looks very comfortable. Hezonja off the glass is fouled by Wheatle. He'll go to the free throw line. 21 seconds remain.
Number 24,
I would have to agree with you, Azania. Yesterday when we watched them lose to Ukraine,
Oh, Great Britain, you're talking about?
Great Britain. It was an uninspiring performance for a national team to play that and get beat that easily. Whereas today, they look actually like they should have looked yesterday. They look disappointed. They've tried a little harder. They were in the game at the half, and then you can argue, well, maybe with more preparation they would have done better, but they've made a step forward. They're still going to lose a 21-point game, but I'm not sitting here thinking you guys didn't try, you know. And that'll be the last action of the game. Hezonja will almost certainly just walk this one off, or will he? Yes, he will. And Croatia have built on that second half yesterday where they put in a real stellar performance in the loss to Greece. They've come up with a huge win over Great Britain. Both teams will welcome the day off tomorrow for possibly different reasons. Croatia need it for Matkovic. Great Britain need it to get better. And there's the final score, 86-65. Croatia go to 1-1 in the group. Great Britain to 0-2. Good performance by the Croats.
Great job by the Croatians. It was all about the Croatians, in my opinion. They stayed at what was good for them. They looked for their top player, which was Zubac, down the middle. Their starters came in, did their job the third quarter. We spoke about the third quarter. As you see the stats there, Croatia shoots 68%, and free throw line is good to them also. Great Britain struggling, but the rebounding game, Croatia 46-36, and the points in the paint really 42. That's probably a lot of Zubac as he finishes with 15 points. The man of the match, maybe for me, we haven't put our man of the match in. A clap from Great Britain and Dan Clark, DC himself, one of the best Great Britain players to ever wear the jersey. Here's the fourth and final quarter highlights, which no doubt will be a lot of Croatian. But do you know what, Mark? Let me tell you a stat. Great Britain actually won that quarter, 25-14.
Yeah. I mean, and you know.
And that was probably a lot of from Patrick Whelan. He had 14, so he probably scored all those 14 in that quarter, did he not?
No, I think he had one. When he first came in the third, I think he had 3. But it's like one of those scenarios where I feel better for Great Britain than I did yesterday because they showed a little bit more fight, character, all those things. And then if you're showing that, there are things you can work on and get better. If you don't have that, it doesn't matter who you are. So it'll be interesting to see how they come out on game day 3. But first half was positive for them. Croatia are looking a very, very, very good team. So they'll be worrying some other teams when they come into crossovers if they qualify, which it looks like they will out of this group.
And Croatia only lost by 4, excuse me, to Greece. So their margin is really short. I think a lot of people forget about this tournament style. It's aggregate. It means you need to score as much as you can. And if you're losing, you need to lose as little as you can. So 4 on their L is not too bad to Greece. They still have the Estonians and the Ukrainians,
And the Italians,
And the Italians still. So still a long part of this tournament to play.
It'll be interesting to see them against the Ukraine, won't it? Because they're scoring a lot of points in the paint, Croatia, and Ukraine is big, you know, big. So it's going to be a matchup. So that will test the resurgence of this Croatian national team. But it's like, got to love the way Saric played today. That's a really big plus for them. Zubac was good again. Obviously, Bogdanovic is Bogdanovic. Didn't have to overplay. Couldn't have Simon, and at 37, you don't want to have to overplay him.
The old fella needs
and it's like, and nor did they have to overplay Jalen Smith. And so,
smart.
Tick every single box you can tick for Croatia. Here's the schedule. There's confirmation of the first game. Next game up shortly, Estonia and the Ukraine. Contrasting styles of play, and then tonight, Greece and Italy. Now we'll just show up for that one.
Yeah. We'll be here.
So for now, though, here from Milan, we'll see you shortly for Estonia and the Ukraine. But for now, from Mazania and I, see you later.